Hello everyone, my name is Ruubzy and welcome back to another video. Before the video starts, first of all I want to apologize for the long period of no uploads. I was very busy with school and also the Christmas holiday was coming through. So I'm sorry for that, but I'm back now with the ultimate castle survival base. So I had a blast building this, I really love the end result. But let's get on planning this build and show you guys how I created it in this time lapse. So I knew I wanted to have a main building with a throne room, kitchen, dinner room, bedroom, bathroom and also a sitting room. So that's the connected shapes with the red, light blue, orange and purple colors. Then the pink and lime blocks are going to be a horse stable and also a training area slash weaponry blacksmith thing. Then I wanted to have a gatehouse and also a dovecote, which is the red circle.
Whoa, wait.
What?
What is a dovecote?
Well, I'm glad you asked. A dovecote is a building intended to house pigeons or doves. They were built back in the days because pigeons and doves were an important food source historically, and in the dovecote they could fly in, nest, and the people that would live in the castle would eat their eggs, their flesh, and yeah, that's basically what a dovecote is.
Alright.
Now that everyone knows what a dovecote is, let's start building. So I started with the horse stable and I wanted to point out I wanted to make the buildings surrounding the main building to be a bit more simple looking, to kind of not take away your attention from the main part. So that's why most of these buildings look a bit simple. And then over here with the barracks, I kind of struggled a little bit with the top, you'll see that later on. But basically I do the shading, starting with mossy cobblestone, then regular cobblestone, and the side and stone at the top to make it seem that the weather has had impact on this building. As you can see over here, I'm not really sure what to do on the tops, but I eventually settled with this idea. And also I made a little flag, but this will be edited, which you will see a bit later on. So let's actually move on to the dovecote. Right over here, I decided to integrate the dovecote into the wall, made it a little bit small. This one was actually fairly easy to make. A bit of a spherical with an extension at the top where the doves could enter, and then smack the door to the side of it, which is basically the whole building. The gatehouse over here I wanted to also make a bit simple looking, as of all the buildings of course, but this one I thought I had a pretty nice design over here. And also the gate looked very nicely, you'll see that when we tour the whole place. The main building here I wanted to use some diorite and also shade it up to a more white color, so with the concrete powder and the regular concrete. As you can see me build here, I want to first finish the skeleton, so I kind of work my way upwards with the whole building in total instead of just working on one part. That's why I decided to spin the camera around, so I knew that I wanted a few towers, and I didn't even know where to place them. I only knew where I wanted to place one, but I decided on two on the main part as well, building them up, getting them with the same tops, and this is how it looks. So this is how it looks right now, without any added details and the walls still down. And here's how it looks right now. So as you can see, a lot has changed. I did some landscaping, detailing, I built the walls and the towers, and I added some extra details, which is the main part that I did off camera. I thought that I would do most of this stuff off camera because I know myself when building these kinds of things, and I just spin around a lot. I do one thing over there, so it would be almost impossible to film. And also with the walls and the towers, I think I would bore you guys to death, adding another 2 minutes to the time lapse just doing this. So I would think it was a better option to just show you guys like this. As you can see, everything is finished. I did the interiors as well, so I'll walk you guys through that. But first of all, the wall designs, I want to go a bit in depth. Basically, it's just mossy cobblestone, andesite and stone, kind of fading it up like that. And then kind of make it look ruined, adding some walls, adding some stairs as well. On this side I did a little bit of a border with some trapdoors as well. And just make it look a bit overgrown, a bit dirty even, because this is a castle and castles are most likely old. for the towers as well. Just I built the regular tower. It's not even that much of a difficult design, and then I just chipped away some bits with some stairs, a couple of walls as well. I did the windows with some fences because that makes it look old as well. And also for the actual tower I used glass to make it look like it would be more expensive. For this tower I went with a bit of a cap on top of it so that the guards would be dry standing here. And I think it turned out pretty nicely. We'll go a bit in depth once I tour around the whole place. These two towers are exactly the same, only the detailing with like the fading and the chipping away is a bit different. And then this wall is just straight, also just did the same detailing as the walls over there. I'll just quickly go over this part because it's basically the same as the other walls. Then this tower is a bit different. I decided to put like a full roof on this one, just to kind of differentiate between every single wall and every single tower and just make it look a bit different everywhere. Over here I used the fences as well, just again to make it look like this is just for the guards, and the guards don't need the same type of luxury as the king and queen does. Over here's the dovecote. We'll go in there afterwards a little bit, but I kind of integrated it into the wall, which you saw in the time-lapse as well, because I thought that would just look a bit better instead of keeping it inside of the walls fully, but of course the door is on the inside. So let's actually move in. Oh yeah, I did that pond as well, but that is really necessary. So as you can see, for the guardhouse I used a design that I think most of you guys building castles are familiar with. These are dispensers facing downwards and it makes it look like the chains are coming out of it. I thought it was just a little nice detail and it looks very nice in my opinion. So over here I made a small vignette because downstairs we have cellars as well, or dungeons, however you want to call them. And I thought it would be cool to kind of have a little vignette over here and then to make a wine cellar down below. And that's what I did. Let's walk over here. Let's first go to the dovecote, which I explained what it is in the beginning. As you can see, I've placed in some eggs, different types of eggs. You see turtle eggs and the regular eggs as well. And actually this trick is fairly simple to do. Let me show you. So you need an item frame, one of either eggs, and also dead coral fan. Doesn't really matter which fan it is, as long as it's a dead one, because otherwise you'd need water. But you kind of place the item frame, place the egg in it, rotate however you like it, and then place the coral fan on the corner. I'm using shift for this so I can click on top of the trapdoor. Otherwise it would open, and there it is. It is waving on my screen, but that is because of the shaders. But yeah, that's basically the whole inside of the dovecote. I think it turned out pretty nicely, and it is something unique on this castle because I think I've never actually seen this done before in Minecraft, so to me that's a first. Oh yeah, I also did these custom trees. I planted a few of them around the castle as well. Very easy, just 5 fences of birch stacked on top of each other. And then basically plus signs on the top 3 fences with 2 on top. And then I mixed in some spruce and birch leaves to kind of create something unique for each single one. Let's first of all tour the outside and then we go inside over there. So over here I did a little fountain. Actually, I wasn't sure on what to do for this part in the beginning, so I was in a call with a couple of new dudes I came to know, and one of them, called Ed, his link will be in the description. He suggested like maybe you could do like a chill place with a fountain where you can sit down on a hot summer day, and that's exactly what I did, so thank you Ed for that idea. Then up here I just placed a few barrels for some extra storage over there. And then inside of here, it's just very simple, little chandelier going down with some barrels. Walking back. I placed this fence over here because it was a middle part and I think it would look kind of weird to do all of this out of the gravel and stuff. But basically this fence is here. When someone comes in with like a carriage, they can chain it down over here so that it won't roll down the hill. Let's go to the stables. So over here we have the king's horse and the queen's horse, who both like to put their heads out of the walls for some reason. I named this one Thor and I named this one Lilac. Those were just a few names that popped into my head. I'm not really sure why either. Up here I placed some extra storage, a couple of hay bales, and that's basically everything there is to it. I did it very simple to kind of get your attention to the main building, which we'll get into lastly. Over here some few hay bales in the corridor like that. I think it just adds a little bit to the whole feel that it's lived in. Over here the barracks, I decided to do some sort of blacksmithing weaponry area in the bottom, with a couple of anvils over here, an iron block as well to kind of chip away from and smelt it up to create weapons and chainmail armor. And then up here I actually made a small bedroom for some guards with an alarm clock over there, and then just a very small bathroom. This is supposed to be a shower. I think it's kind of alright if you use your imagination. A bit of a sink over here as well, or maybe this could be a toilet, who knows. And then up here I did the flag. I actually added a chain to this one and to that one as well, which is totally new actually. And then I changed up the colors a bit because I felt like this could be nice coloring for the castle, the kind of like the flag or the emblem for this royal family. Going down over here, I created a bit of a training area over here, so maybe for sword fighting. This is kind of supposed to be a dummy. I think it gets the feel over pretty quite nicely. It's the wandering trader. Over here we have the archery spot to kind of train, so it would be like you stand on top of this rock and shoot at the target. It's nothing much, but it's just kind of cool. For the towers I'll go over them really quickly. I'll only do this one, but I have filled the other one. So basically just storage everywhere. Then up here I created a little room with some beds, and that's actually basically all there is to both towers. So I almost replicated it over there. So that kind of, I went over both of those. And then in this one it's basically the same again, but only I didn't really place anything in here. Except for just one bedroom with a furnace, and then over here you have the top part. Then the main building you can enter over here, but there's also a little entrance from the kitchen. I'm actually really quite proud of this because I've never made a throne room. But first you come into a small corridor, like a waiting area where you get called in if the king wants to speak with you. So just very simple, but also quite cozy, and I really like the ceiling design. Then around the corner you can see the throne. I used a couple of netherite blocks, which are very expensive, but I'm in creative so it doesn't really matter. Then over here some sort of red carpet with some gilded black stone on the sides, pillars going all the way up with a very tall ceiling. And I really love the feel of this. I also used the acacia trapdoors to kind of mix in very well with the cyan. And when you look from here there is a nice window over there as well, which I used the same colors as the flag for, and I don't know, I just really love this throne room. I think it turned out really nicely. You can go up over here as well. There isn't really anything up on top of this balcony, but I just really love how this all looks, and I'm very proud of myself. Going through here you can enter the diner room, and I just made a table with a cake on there, a couple of cups over here as well. Some potions up above to kind of make it look like that is some alcoholic drinks and stuff. Then in here is the kitchen, and this just looks amazing in my opinion. I got a little bit of a stove over here with a pizza shovel to kind of get it in and get it out again. Just on top of there, a little closet with some barrels over there and some berries right here. A sink with some water on top, and those in my opinion looks like peppers. I actually got this idea from Whip. Then over here just a little bit of a plant with some lanterns hanging down, and also another water with some brewing stands. Out here is actually behind the archery station. We have a little bit of a wheat field. I don't know, I didn't have anything in this back area, but I actually very much like how this turned out. Going back in. Then on this side of the diner we have the door. Let's first of all go in here. This connects up to the corridor, and this is kind of a sitting area slash library. I placed in a little bit of a wither skeleton with a netherite chestplate over there because I don't know, I think it's just something weird and I quite like it. A little bit of a desk over here, and I think if my girlfriend and I were to live in this castle, this would be where she would hang out a lot because she loves reading. She could even put her favorite books over there. Going up the stairs, we have a very small room and also a bathroom. First of all, we enter this very small corridor. We didn't really have a lot of space up here, but I still think I made it work quite nicely. I had double bed, a piece of netherite armor, some chokers, and a nice grandfather's clock in the corner. I think it looks quite cozy, even though it's very small. And then coming through here, we have a small shower, a couple of shampoo bottles over here, a towel, and a basket to get your dirty laundry in. And just a few barrels with some cobweb over here, so nothing really special. Let's go down to the dungeons. So all the way down here, which is actually not very much down at all, we have this kind of dungeon celery bit, and I created a few rooms over here. First of all, over here we have a vault to put all of our riches in, so I placed down some diamond blocks, gold blocks, and also emerald blocks. And I think, well, every king needs a place to store all his valuables, especially when you are very rich like me. Then over here on the right side we have the wine cellar. I made 2 giant kegs and also a lot of storage barrels. Down here, I think this turned out very nicely. I made it kind of basic because I didn't want to fill out the space to get your eyes away from the big barrels, and I think I made those kind of cool, with a little bit of scaffolding on both sides to make it look like it's keeping it down instead of rolling over. And then just a couple of spruce fences to give it a little bit of detail instead of it just being oak wood. On this side I didn't really fill anything in, but this could be a nice way if you keep on going for a little bit and then down to enter your mine. And I also placed a lantern on the right side to make it look like when you have your lights on the right you're going in, and when they are on the left you're going back to your house, so that way you don't get lost when you're in the mines. Over here, well, you can hear the nether portal which is down there, but we have a big storage room. I think it turned out very nicely. I actually love the design that I was going with over here. Lots of barrels on the sides as well, and you can store a lot of items if you're using this for survival, so I think I did a pretty good job. Over here in this small closet is the nether portal. I placed it down here because I don't really like the noise, and this way you don't have the noise in the living areas. And then right here lastly is the enchantment table, just tucked away in the dungeons, but I think I did it justice and it looks kind of creepy, and that's, I think, kind of what you want when you're doing enchantments, because it's almost like some sort of mythical, magical thing you're doing. And I don't know, I felt it looked at home at this place. But that is all there is to it, to this castle build. I hope you guys liked it. And let me fly up here so you can see it in its entirety. Well, my name has been Ruubzy. I've been building this for a very long time, so I would appreciate it if you guys would like the video if you did, and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, I made an Instagram, the link of that will be in the description as well as the link of Ed, who helped me with that part over here. And also will be the link of another one of my friends' YouTube channel, which helped me a small bit with the design of these pillars. His name is Rodo. Make sure to subscribe to him as well. Well, I've been Ruubzy, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye!